I'm ZE, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to solve your very first 3x3 Rubik's Cube. Now, this isn't the easiest thing to do, especially if you're a beginner, but I'm going to show you all a standardized, basic beginner's method, and this method will work on any 3x3. Well, let's hop right in. Before we dive in, we must know the basics. First off, in a 3x3 Rubik's Cube, there are 3 types of pieces: corner pieces, edge pieces, and center pieces. Next, the center pieces will always stay in place. Like, here's what I mean. The yellow centerpiece is in the opposite position as the white centerpiece. Red is opposite of orange, and blue is opposite of green. You can keep on messing up the cube and watch. Like I said, centerpieces remained untouched, as white is still opposite of yellow, red is opposite of orange, and blue is and will always be opposite of green. Now that you know the basics, we are going to make something called a daisy, aka yellow centerpiece and white edge pieces. Now we're going to browse the cube for white edge pieces, and there's one right here. Now we want it bordering the yellow centerpiece. So how you do this is you rotate the right side of the cube twice and rotate the left middle slot, and there you go. Now let's look for more white edge pieces. There's not any here or there, and none here. They are most likely on the bottom of the cube. So let's flip over the cube. And yep, there they are. Now we just flip each of those edge pieces over. We likely have our daisy, so let's flip the cube back over. Yep, we have it. Now there's the beautiful daisy. Now we are going to make a white cross. Now this part can be a little tricky, so beware. As you can see, this edge piece is white and blue, and it needs to align with the blue centerpiece. We rotate the top until it's aligned. Now we bring the aligned edge piece down. You do the same thing for each white edge piece. Now we're going to flip over the cube, and there's the white cross. Now it is time to solve the first layer. Now we are going to look for corner pieces with white. There's one right there. The one on the bottom, we'll deal with that in a sec. And there's another one. And there's also another edge piece on the bottom, but don't freak out. That's a very easy fix. Now, focusing on this angle of the cube, as you can see, the 2 centers are green and orange. So in that case, we look for the centerpiece containing white, green, and orange. And there we are. Now this is where we need to learn a few algorithms. First off, the white corner is facing left. So that means we have to perform an algorithm called a Lefty Algorithm. First, we are going to hold the cube with the white corner facing left. We rotate the left side of the cube counterclockwise, the top counterclockwise, the left side clockwise, and the top side clockwise. And that solves one corner. You are going to want to practice this a bunch of times so you can know it by heart. This time, we have a white corner facing right, so that means we have to do a Righty Algorithm. We hold the cube with the corner facing right. To do this, we turn the right side clockwise, the top clockwise, the right counterclockwise, and the top counterclockwise. Like I said, you are going to want to practice these 2 algorithms repeatedly until you know them by heart. Now, if you happen to find one of the white corners facing up, you do 3 Righty Algorithms. If you find one of those corner pieces on the bottom, you do a righty algorithm, and that puts the corner piece in a more proper place. If your cube looks like this, then the first layer is solved. Now that the first layer is solved, it is time to solve the second layer. To do this, you're going to look for edge pieces without yellow on them, and they have to match the color of the center pieces, like this green and orange one. As you can see, that edge piece needs to go where this orange and yellow edge piece is. Why? Because that edge piece matches both the green and orange center pieces. So to do this, that edge piece needs to go to the right, so watch carefully. Rotate the slot with the edge piece facing left and do a righty algorithm. Now, with white facing left, we do a lefty algorithm. And that edge piece has been replaced. Now, look for more edge pieces without yellow. And here's a red and green one. Now this piece needs to go left, so that means we do the opposite. Bring that edge piece to the right and do a lefty algorithm. Now we hold the white side to the right and do a righty algorithm. If your cube looks like this, then you have finished the second layer. Congrats! If you happen to end up with the second layer unsolved and only have yellow edge pieces, here's why. In this case, this orange and green edge piece is in the wrong spot. So what we want to do is replace that edge piece with this yellow and orange piece. Before we do that, let's look for where that edge piece is supposed to go. There's the spot, and as you can see, this edge piece is also in the wrong spot. It's supposed to trade places with that orange and green edge piece. But first, we're going to replace the first edge piece we saw with this yellow and orange piece. Here's how you do this. Have that edge piece facing left and do a righty algorithm. Now, with white facing left, we do a lefty algorithm. And that edge piece has been replaced. Now that we have the second layer solved, we have to make something called a yellow cross. Now there are 3 cases that you'll end up with after solving the second layer. If you ended up with a line, you're going to make sure that the line is horizontal of the blue side. You're going to turn the blue side clockwise and do a righty algorithm. And that will give you the yellow cross. If you ended up with a hook, you're going to make sure the hook is on the back left, turn the blue side clockwise, and you're going to do a righty algorithm, which will give you a line, and you're going to repeat that process. If you ended up with a yellow dot in the center, you're going to want to solve for the hook first. So just like with the hook and the line, you're going to want to rotate the blue side clockwise, then do the righty algorithm, and that gives you the hook. You do that same process until you get the yellow cross. Now that the yellow cross is finished, we need to put the colors of each yellow edge piece in their correct position. To do this, we're going to have to perform another easy algorithm called a Sune. But first, we need to align 2 edge pieces, and they'll either be next to each other or across from each other. In this case, the yellow edge pieces with blue and red on them are aligned next to each other. You're going to hold these aligned edges in the back and right, and we do a Sune. And it looks like this. Rotate the right slot clockwise. Rotate the top clockwise, as this will bring that white edge piece out of its slot. Then rotate the right counterclockwise. Now rotate the top clockwise again. Now bring the right side up and rotate the top clockwise to get that white piece back in its slot. Now all the yellow edge pieces are in their correct position. If you ended up with two aligning edge pieces across from each other, like this blue and green one, you're going to want to do the algorithm facing one of those colors, and I'll be facing green. Now that we have all the yellow edge pieces solved, we just need to solve the corners and the cube is finished. Now looking at the cube from this angle, we see a green, orange, and yellow corner piece. And that is in the wrong spot because, as you can see, that corner piece does not match the red and green center pieces. So that's one corner in the wrong spot. But let's keep browsing the cube to see if we can find any corner pieces that are in their proper spot. Now this red and blue and yellow corner piece is in the correct position because it matches the red and blue center pieces and yellow edge pieces. Now this is where we do another easy algorithm called a Niklas, and it looks like this. Hold the matching corner to the left, rotate the right side of the cube up, rotate the top counterclockwise, rotate the left side of the cube up, and rotate the top clockwise. Now the right side of the cube has a matching row of white, so bring that slot down, and now turn the top counterclockwise and you'll get another matching row of white. So rotate the left side down. So in my case, that solved all my corner pieces. If you didn't get this result, do that algorithm again from that same corner and you will get that same result. Now we are finally at the final step. And you're probably wondering how we're going to solve those yellow corner pieces even though they're in their right positions. First, we are going to flip the cube over with the white side facing up. Now we will pay attention to this orange and yellow corner piece. Now you hold the yellow corner facing the right and do a righty algorithm. Now you do a righty algorithm again. Now that corner piece is officially solved, and you turn the bottom slot clockwise and keep finding more yellow corner pieces. And do that to the rest of the yellow corner pieces. It doesn't matter if they're facing left, right, or down. Dun da da da! The cube is finished. Congratulations on solving your first ever 3x3 Rubik's Cube. I really hope that this was helpful, and if so, feel free to subscribe, comment, like, or do anything. The choice is yours, but you will want to practice this a bunch of times if you want to become a cuber like me. And the more you practice, the better off you'll be. Be on the lookout for my 2x2 tutorial. Bye!